Yeah, I mean, it's always fun in the locker room just to have fun with your teammates, and just felt like I had something to show. Everybody played well, everybody was in high spirits, and just had to get in there, show them how it's done, show them that punters can dance too. We don't just go out and kick balls, we can have fun too. So yeah, that was a great time.
You do also kick balls though. Had a pretty good day on Saturday.
Yeah, that went pretty well. First start here, so just gonna keep building, keep competing every day. It's a competition every day between all of us, but yeah, I'm happy with how it went. Everybody played well. All the snipers that are running down there, helping cover kicks, and all the protection, everything. Everybody just flat out just played well, and it went great.
How did it feel to handle those duties for the first time by yourself?
It felt great. It was my first time starting here, but at my old school, I started for 3 years, so it wasn't anything. Just tried to go at it with the same approach. Just go out there, level-headed, just have fun, and worked out pretty well.
People probably watch you kick and think that's kind of all there is to it, but what had to develop from week one to now in your game to get to Saturday?
Yeah, it was really just constant work every day, just constant improvement. Consistency is really the key with kicking, and it was just working every day, just try to get better, work on one thing at a time. Once you get that, move on to the next thing, and just keep getting better every single week and every single day.
Being a specialist is a tight-knit group. When Zach's going through what he's going through the last 2 games, what do you do just to keep him confident, keep him positive?
Yeah, so we just try to keep him in good spirits. He's always in a pretty good mood, but he's been in a little bit of a struggle right now, but we've seen in practice he makes 7 consecutive kicks all the time. Like everybody on this team has great confidence in him that he can bounce back and do what needs to be done. So I think he knows what he needs to do. We just try to keep him level-headed and positive, and hopefully, and we know that things will get a lot better from here on out.
What does that ebb and flow as someone who kicks? There's days maybe it feels great coming off your foot and days it's not. How do you handle those ups and downs?
Yeah, it's mainly, like I said, just consistency, just working on what Nunez just tells us we need to work on, approaching it one thing at a time, and everybody has bad days. I mean, and when you have those bad days, just try not to get in a deep, dark place in your mind thinking that you're not good enough, so it's just working on the positive things and just building off those.
4 inside the 20. Tell us about how hard that is. Nunez said, I think it was in the spring, he said, yeah, he's really, really good at that. So is that a skill that a lot of people will say, wow, they got lucky and it checked up? I mean, tell us about the skill that goes into the practice.
Yeah, so what I was pretty good at with Poots punch is that what he talked about. And then we didn't have any of those on Saturday, but it's mainly just knowing where you're at in the field. You kind of have a different swing for every punt, wherever you're at on the field. So just trying to hit a good ball, hoping if he lets it bounce, just get a good bounce, because 95% of our job, the ball's in the air and you can't control it. So it was just working on the accuracy, just going out there, swinging away, just letting the snipers, Jacoby and Jaquiz Petaway, just go down there and make a play on the ball.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you, whether it's football or otherwise, coming here to Oklahoma from Central Michigan?
Yeah, so the resources that they have here are awesome. It's just definitely a bigger program. Fans are a lot more present, I'd say. So that was definitely a change of pace, but it's mainly just like people on the team here. And don't get me wrong, the guys at Central all cared about football. I just feel like everybody here has the same goal, and that's just getting to a national championship and getting to the playoffs and keep improving. Venable says go 1-0 every day. That's everybody just getting better, constant improvement every single day.
What's it like as a punt unit when you diagnose what happened at Texas with a blocked punt? I know it's not just the punter's fault, but as a team, as an entire unit, what's it like the next day to look at film and diagnose what happened on that play?
Yeah, so it's just basically everybody has their one job, and sometimes even if one person doesn't do their job, it can be catastrophic for the entire play. So it's mainly just breaking down film, seeing what you did wrong, and then just trying to fix that every day. We do different stuff, different kinds of punt, different kinds of schemes every week. So it's mainly just focusing on improving what you did wrong, put it to bed, and then just work on and go to the next one.
How's the wind here relate to what you had in Michigan?
Probably around the same.
Okay.
Like when I got here, I didn't really know. Everybody's like, it's a flat state, so it gets windy. I was like, it can't be that windy. Came out in spring ball and it was 32 miles an hour. I was like, yeah, we didn't have that. But one thing Michigan has the snow and the lake effect, so it can get pretty cold up there. So I haven't really experienced that down here yet, so I don't think it'll be that bad. But yeah, I'd say it's around the same.
Sorry you asked this before, but just when you decided to enter the transfer portal, what's that process like for you, and how did you kind of get connected in Oklahoma?
Yeah, so when I entered the portal, I was kind of just ready to move on from my old school. Like, I missed and love all the people there. They treated me super well, but I just felt like it was time that God was really just pulling me in a direction to really challenge myself to get out of Michigan, because I grew up in Michigan my entire life, so I really just needed to challenge myself, and I wanted to play at high competition, high level, and Nunez was at Eastern Michigan, so I played against him for 2 years. So he was the first coach to talk to me and call me out of the portal, and we just built a great relationship, and everything progressed well, and I just felt like I could have a successful career and enjoy the guys down here, and it's been great ever since. I loved every second of it down here.
You talked about the crowd being more present here in Oklahoma. How does it affect the punter in a sense, like a field goal kicker, obviously the crowd kind of changes things for him, but does that affect the punter at all in that situation?
Not really. I mean, there's a lot more people cheering during a field goal than a punt, so it's mainly just blocking out, really just focusing. When I'm out there, I'm literally looking at the snapper and the ball, and that's it. The noise, I mean, that just comes with it. That doesn't really bother me, so it's just looking at the ball, focusing on the snapper and the snap, and just catching it and kicking it, and just keeping a level head, keeping my mind open, and just letting it fly.
Do you have a punter you like to pattern your game after, or someone you looked up to?
Actually, Tressway is one person, because I mean, came here, he was a lefty. I met him back in March. We never got to kick together, but I met him back in March, and we just bonded over, just talked about kicking, how we're both lefties, and because that's a little bit more of a rare thing nowadays, because you see mainly righties, but he's kind of a guy that I've looked up to. And then Thomas Morstead, some of the older guys, but yeah, those guys, I just look at them, how they handle everything, mechanics and everything, and just how they handle pressure, and they know when to hit a good ball, and they know how to do it. So those are two guys that I've looked up to.
So coming from Central, 2 weeks ago you were in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl against Texas, and that crazy atmosphere. Can you sum up kind of the emotions there for you?
Yeah, so it was a heck of a game, I'll tell you that. But just being in that environment just felt surreal. I've never played in a game like that before, so it was really just, as a team, just handling emotions, not getting too caught up in the moment, and just play the game that we know how to play. Like, we know what to do. We just need to, like Venables says, Oklahoma only beats Oklahoma. So we just had to settle in, do what we need to do, and we could come out victorious, and that's what happened. And
you find yourself like doing breathing exercises, you know what I mean, to calm down, because the electricity in the stadium is just crazy.
I really just go out there and I just go out there with an empty head every time, try not to block out the noise and everything. So just going out there with an empty mind. I usually take one kind of big deep breath right before I go, open my eyes, close my eyes, and then open them, and I'm ready to go.
Thanks, Luke.
Hey, who's Central